Well, Toronto kept us on our heels and, kind of flip-flop of halves, made free throws second half, we made free throws the first half. Long game, extended game. Those type of things can happen. Bosch stepped out and hit that three, and his heart sunk a little bit, but you were able to get the ball in place he wanted to shoot it, and he made the shot again.
Kobe's game winner, obviously, is it a bailout at this point? I mean, were you happy with the team tonight?
There were points of the game I was very happy with their aggressiveness, their defense. They started getting a piece of the ball, a piece of the guys coming through the picks, doing a good job. And they tested us in all those sequences or areas. I wasn't happy with our identification at times in certain players. Our offensive execution versus a zone at times I thought was impatient and poorly shots. We had 12 fast break points the first half that I'm unhappy about, but we gave up 2 the second, which is a much better result. And turnovers were 9, etc. So there are many good things that we did in this game. We didn't shoot the ball well. We didn't shoot 3-pointers well. Those are things that we're going to have to start doing a much better job.
Bill, how happy are you with the defense right now? You guys had the discussion at practice Saturday about playing better defense, identifying players, shooters. After tonight's game, were you satisfied that it's progressing?
Well, I looked at the coaching staff in jest in the last minute of the game and said, look, they've only got 100 and whatever, 1 or 100 points, 102, whatever they had at the time. We're keeping them 3 below their average now if we can hold them off. Of course, we didn't. We had 5 more points, I guess, in that sequence. But this is a team that scores. They're a scoring team. They have a 3-point shooting barrage out there. They can do that on a given night, and they certainly did against us tonight.
Can you remember Kobe having this many game winners in one season?
I haven't kept track.
Half dozen.
At least.
It's a sound number.
That's quite a body of work.
Yeah, I wish it was 12.
You went with Drew a long time throughout the fourth. Reasoning behind that?
He was playing well. If you're a coach and the guy's playing well, you better have him in the game. Defensively, I wanted Powell at the end to try and cover Bosch when he shot the 3, and some other things that happened out there. But Drew played well. Got tired a little bit.
What happened with Fisher and Powell at the end there, where
Powell showed on the play, and Calderon bodied him off, held him off, and dropped the ball and gave the ball in the pivot to Bosch for an open shot. And, there's some contesting, but it wasn't close enough.
Are you getting the feeling that Drew's starting to understand a little bit more now what he needs to do to be able to get more extended fourth-quarter minutes?
Well, it's all game by game, plan by plan. I was very disappointed after he scored a number of times. We went away from him, didn't score 3 or 4 times consecutively there in the fourth quarter after, he really played well, simply by them fronting the post, which is something that we certainly can take advantage of, and we had poor execution at that particular time or impatience, I guess, didn't get it done.
Coach, 3 games in a row that were losses. They come home and they're playing a team that's just a little bit above 500. Just kind of say that it's not going to be like a light switch where the team just suddenly gets it together. It's going to be a process.
Looks like that, doesn't it? I can't comment on that as far as what reality is or what's going to happen on Friday night, whatever, as we go through the rest of this week. But, there was, the period of time when I thought, well, we're looking like we're going to play this game the right way in the first quarter. Came out and, spoiled it in the second quarter. And that's kind of what I was talking about pregame, and has happened to us lately.
So a couple guys said yesterday at practice that you're getting good looks, shots just aren't falling. Today you said just make some shots. What's the nature of that? Is that being on the road, not having...
Oh, there's so many things. We have 5 guys with hand injuries. That alone is you can start talking about that kind of stuff. We have rhythm problems. We have guys holding the ball too long. We have passing that's not accurate. There's so many things that go into, just that. Besides, picking that ball out, and shooting the ball, and having good rhythm in it individually. It's all a setup situation. It can be set up by your teammate, by the rhythm of the ball, by the knowledge of the where the players are on the floor.
Phil, does this team have the same consistent urgency as last year's team?
I don't think so. I think that's impossible to replicate at this time. You know, there's something that's, you know, was a driving force last year that kept us on that, you know, goal-oriented, I would say. And, you know, we don't have that. Not that we can't reclaim it at some point, and that's what we're trying to do.
How do you reclaim it, do you think? Any specific
Well,
things to go into that?
You know, there are a number of ways that, you know, we can find our way through this. I mean, some of it's just about, you know, communication between the players. So it's just about, you know, having that spark that happens between collaboration between players. Some of it's about, you know, making the games exciting for ourselves. You know, those are things that I think that are, you know, sometimes get to be the drudgery of the NBA, the 65 games in, you know, that kind of thing. And it's hard to keep that spark going, but, you know, the urgency of playing well is not struck us yet. That's important.
Was there an effort to try to, to run Kobe off the ball a little bit more to get him shots that way? It seemed at least like he was not initiating the offense as much as he was at least late.
I thought he did a lot the first half. In the first quarter, I thought initially he got, you know, like everybody shots, Fish a couple shots, Ron a shot, you know, that kind of stuff.
But later
in the game, no. There was an effort to, you know, have him moving and, you know, not the perpetrator all the time off the dribble.
Do you prefer that late as opposed to him starting?
I thought it would be a little bit better because we'd stay inside of our offense and, you know, use the format that we have. Sometimes we turn the ball over like we did the first half, get runouts because poor shots in the sequence ends up without good court balance. And that's what happened in those sequences sometimes.
Why did that Frank get that technical foul for you?
Say what?
Why did that Frank get that technical foul?
For me?
Yeah, did he get it for you?
No. He got it for himself. He likes to pay those things. Not surprised. Kyle's not a guy that gets technicals, and neither is Frank.